Oh, the boost. The boost is what's causing it.
こいつは耐えきれ
Fuck
る
you. What?
お前じゃねえぞ。
遅いこいつは耐えきれるかな思ったよりは楽しめたぜ
Have you ever thought about what it would be like to be a man? Hell no. Hell no. Well, maybe if you're not in America. No, in America, oh shit. We have it hard. We have it harder than. Here we go. Here we go. Yes, it is. Thank you. It is. It is. No, it's not true.
ドクターゲロの最高傑作はこの俺だ
It's actually not true. We actually don't. We actually don't care, and we actually would never. I would never want to be a woman. Yeah.
究極生命体に至るまでの施策
Nah.
言ってくれるではないか
I think physically, y'all have it harder. Yes. Y'all got periods and y'all got periods and fucking what's that shit called? Childbirth and shit. Hell no. I would never want to do that shit. I do have it hard there. I ain't gonna lie. I got all type of products and shit I gotta buy. Nah, I can do it. Ooh. Why you think y'all got it harder though? So we can understand the gender differences in society. So we can come together as one. You know? Oh shit. What the So do you think utopian Amazonian society where it's like a country full of women would thrive longer and better than a country full of men? Why do you think we did what we do? What we do? So you think the quality of men has declined? Okay. So what do you think what do we do that makes us scumbags? Yeah. Like, what do we do that make you call us that? Oh shit. Mm.
貴様ごときでは私もスピードには自信があるんだ
No.
完全体でその程度
Nah, I think women base what men want based off like a small percentage of men. I think most men would like even lower their standards to get a woman who's like caring and kind. Gosh, I would. I know I do. Nah, I don't. I mean,
あれもこれも
you don't think a man that isn't rich can say that like a lot of women want with men with money? You think just because they don't have enough,
ちゃんはね
so you don't think women typically want men who
うちの旦那もたまに
are
は
like highly successful?
たらいいのに
No, I don't think that. Because I think it's about, I think when it comes to that, it's about personal choice. Yeah. I think in society today, it's way easier for a woman to find what she wants and to get what she wants relationship wise. You know?
ああ元気か
Yeah, I actually do. I actually do. Yeah, I like. I don't think it's settling. I think personally, I don't believe it's settling. I believe it's having core values,
最初の相手は誰だ
and then we have a realistic viewpoint on dating. It's kind of like, all right, so we know that we're not gonna get every single thing that we want in a woman, but we have these core values that we want in a woman, and we're willing to sacrifice certain things such as like body type or looks or yeah.
強いやついるかな
I just don't see it. You know, I know, cause I know both sides. You know, I have friends that would do that, yes, and then I have a lot of friends that outweigh those guys who would not do that. You know, I know. Whoa.
腕試しってワクワクします
There
ね
are men who do that, but the reality of it is those type of men get a lot of women. So it's kind of like, you know, if that type of guy who is shitty gets a lot of women, then that kind of don't you think that kind of speaks on like the
皆さんがどれほど強くなったか近くで観察させていただきましょう。
ピッコロさんのおかげで強くなりましたからね
I mean, I would definitely agree that both genders are not what they used to be. Yeah, for that.
皆さんがどれほど強くなったか近くで観察させていただきましょう。
Well, you know,
天津飯選手、戦いに向けて何か一言。
腕試しってワクワクしますね
悟空さんが本気
no, I disagree. I believe when it comes to that, it's definitely both. It goes both ways. Yeah, no, well, it's no. I see it all the time. I can literally go on my Instagram right now and I can.
最初の相手は誰だ
No, I see where women like if there's any sort of criticism towards a woman, then it's kind of like whether it's constructive or not. Then you have women attacking a man. Let's say we have a video of Sexy Red or Nicki Minaj, and she's parading around in very tight butt shorts in a Walmart where there's children around. And there's a guy in there who said like, well, this is not very good. You know, there's children in this Walmart. You probably shouldn't parade around with your breast out and look very provocative. And then you have they are. I see it all the
最初の
time.
相手は誰だ
I No, no. Well, we do live in two different countries. We do live in two different countries. So that may be your guys' culture, but in America, no, no. But in America, it's probably just in America then. Nah, I'm telling you, I can literally give you an example. That there was a woman, there was an old woman who was giving another younger woman advice about the youth, and she was telling the younger woman that the women nowadays are they're like bad and stuff, and like giving criticism of the way the generation of women are now. And there were lots of young women in the comment section saying that, oh, this old lady don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's a pick me, blah 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 blah. And then it's like a whole gender war in the comments because men are like, yeah, agreeing with the older woman, and there's like a lot of young women who can't take criticism, and you're not supposed to be able to give criticism when you're posting something online. It's kind of like, all right, if you want to post yourself in a bikini, right? You're posting it online for other people, for the whole world to see. So it's kind of like, all right, if you don't want negative things, it does mean that. It does mean that.
ピッコロさんのおかげで強くなりましたからね。
People have the right. People have the right to do that. Yes, they do. That's how the app is run. Because, no. Because it's a reality. It's the harsh truth. It's a harsh truth. Yes, it may not sound good, but it's the truth. Yes, that person has the right to comment on whatever and say whatever they want because the app allows them to. Now, is it moral? No, it's not. It's not right. Yeah, but you're trying to.
戦いに向けて何か一言。ご飯。お前は
That's true. A lot of people do that.
悟空さんが本気を出したら会場は消し飛んでしまうんじゃ。本気のお前に勝てる気がせんね。
ピッコロさんのおかげで強くなりましたからね。強いやついるかな。
But wouldn't you agree that if she doesn't want that, there's things put on the app for. But there's ways that she can avoid that. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't have to allow those people to comment. She can block them. She can make her post private to people till she. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you kind of warrant that. I don't really have sympathy for. Yeah, but if you want more views and you want your account to grow, then you have to be able to accept the reality that negativity comes. There's negativity everywhere. There's always going to be negativity. So it's like, okay, if you want to be on this app and you want to post, but that's the reality of social media. But far, that's the reality of social media. They have the right to give their opinion. It is very bad for society, but that's the reality of it,
皆さんがどれほど強くなったか近くで観察させていただきましょう。
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not to cut you off. Sorry to cut you off. I'm not trying to support what they're doing. I believe it's morally wrong. Yes, but that's just sometimes you have to live in the reality of the situation. That's just the harsh truth that they have the right to comment those things, and she has the right to You know, and there's defensive measures that she can do to prevent that. So it's kind of like I don't have sympathy for
悟
that.
空さんが本気を出したら会場は消し飛んでしまうんじゃ。
But that's not exclusive to women, though. It's not.
オラの最初の相手は誰だ？
Yeah, but that's not exclusive to women, though. Women, like, you know, women do the same thing to men.
ご飯、お前は誰と戦うのが楽しみだ。
へへ、どんなやつがいんのかな。
But it's okay.
皆さんがどれほど
Okay,
強
now
くなったか
yes,
近くで観察させていただきま
yes.
した。
Now yes, in those categories, yes, of
いいな。
like wardrobe and you know, sexual morality. Of course, there's gonna be more men criticizing women in that area because you know right now women are very hypersexual, you know, and we have lots of you know sexual role models in the music industry and entertainment industry. But
ご飯、
I'm not saying like okay, yeah. If you're talking specifically those type of categories, those type of things, yes, you are right. There probably are more men doing that to women than women doing that to men. But what I'm saying is, across the board, you know, beyond the wardrobe and everything, men and women are criticizing each other. You know, I don't know if it's equally, but you know, it's pretty close. You know, they might you might see, oh, he's a broke boy, or oh, he's this, or he's a fake alpha, and he's not masculine. It's giving gay. You know, a lot of men's masculinity is being challenged because of certain viewpoints they have in life. Yeah, no, it is. No, it's actually being challenged by women. You see, you have women criticizing men.
なんだベジータはいねえんか。腕試しってワクワクしますね。
Nah. You have women that criticize men and challenge their masculinity just because they like to hang out with their friends. Oh, me and my friend, yes, me and my friends had guys night. This is
なんだベジータはいねえんか。
yeah, it probably is. Yeah. I would even yeah, yeah. There's a lot of women who criticize or challenge men's masculinity based on certain things. You know, like having certain opinions on certain things. Like, oh, I don't like my women to do this. Or, oh, well, you must hate women. You must be gay, or you know that happens a lot. And
なんだベジータはいねえんか。 体なまってないといいな。へへ、どんなやつがいんのかな。
well, that's just filth propaganda to keep the gender war going. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know, and he's wrong. I'm telling you that he's wrong. I'm not supporting what he's saying. It's wrong. No, it's not funny.
本気のお前に勝てる気がせんね。
I highly doubt. Personally, I highly doubt that he was serious. But if he was, that's messed up. If he was, all right. But I doubt it that he was serious. But if he was, it's messed up. But if he wasn't, it's pretty funny.
強いやついるかな。
Yeah,
情けない負け方したらピッコロさんに怒られちゃう。
pregnant women. I don't know. I would say what, conception. I don't know.
人造人間17号選手、意気込みなどをお聞かせ願えますか。
強いやついるかな。
Mm.
人造人間17号選手、意気込みなどをお聞
Nah,
かせ願えますか。
I understand what you mean. Yeah, and men's suicide rate is like is higher, like way higher than women's. Like the
お前
men.
は誰と戦うのが楽しみだ。
オラの最初の相手は誰だ。
I would argue that yeah, I believe we need men to criticize other men. That's how it was back in the day. I believe that builds character and it helps strengthen men. I don't believe we should pander to men. I don't believe men should pander to other men. When in the man space, we don't pander to one another as friends. Like if my friend, if I'm fat or if my hair is ugly, my friend is gonna bluntly tell me, your hair is fucked up. You know, that's how men typically, you know, work with one another. You know? So it's kind of like we biologically we don't, you know, we don't prefer being like, oh no, like, you know, all that shit. You know, we prefer like I prefer bluntness. You know, so, but I understand what you mean. Yeah, there's a lot of radical men who believe that, you know, like Myron type of guys. There's, yeah, it is, and I believe they overdo it. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
人造人間17号選手、意気込みなどをお聞かせ願えますか。
オラの最初の相手は誰だ。
天津飯選手、戦いに向けて何か一言。
That's fucking sick.
どんなやつがいんのかな。ピッコロさんのおかげで強くなりましたからね。オラの最初の相手は誰だ。体なまってないといいな。
人造人間17号選手、意気込みなどをお聞かせ願えますか。
オラの最初の相手は誰だ。どんなやつがいんのかな。
No, I know.
ご飯、お前は誰と戦うのが楽しみだ。
Yeah. Hey, Alpha Male.
オラの最初の相手は誰だ。
Red pill? Red pill? Red pill? It's like a movement. It's like a male movement. Yeah, see that's what I'm saying. Like I don't agree with these male movements. I don't agree with the red pill shit. I don't agree with the Myron alpha male bullshit. I don't agree. I don't even agree with the hyper masculine fucking Andrew Tate shit. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's pretty sick.
黙ってないといいな。強いやつはいるかな。
Nah, he's not in jail. He's not in jail. I just be fucking with Sean out here.
腕試しってワクワクしますね。
Yeah, it's yeah. There are movements like that.
人造人間17号選手、意気込みなどをお聞かせ願えますか。
Yeah, it is.
強いやつはいるかな。
Do you want me to explain why it's like that? Why these movements breed incels? It's because the media that they put out, like the whole red pill Andrew Tate, Myron type of movements. It's like I was telling Sana, they feed your mind all you see all day. If you watch them, they're telling you that they're for men, and they're telling you that they want men to be better, and they sprinkle in a little bit of sugar, but it's like you look at it and it's the whole, basically 95% of it is salt, but they're sprinkling a little bit of sugar on top. Like they tell you, oh, work out, and oh, you should be going to this thing, you shouldn't be worried about women. But in reality, what they're doing is they're fixating you on this certain type of woman, and then you begin to believe subconsciously that this woman is basically, if 90% of women, if not most, believe that these are all women, right? So if they see any type of woman doing anything, it's kind of like why you say, oh, the girl is just dancing, they're attacking her. It's because they're being fed this version of woman on media, on their screen, all day, every day, every single video. There's no videos of them showing you. Yeah, so they do blame women for a lot of things, and and then they what they do is they don't show you what a wife looks like. These people don't show you what a wife looks like. These people don't put wives on their podcast. They don't put conservative women on their podcast. They don't put women, these women that they're telling you to get. that these women that they're telling you to go after, or these women that they're telling you that these women who are being quote unquote uh provocative, exactly, and they tell you, yeah, so exactly, so and that's where I was going to go. So what they do is they also tell you, because it's a lot of bad things that they do. They'll tell you,
強いやつ
okay,
いる
this
か
woman
な
right here, Nicki Minaj, is a bad woman, but they'll tell you,
人
okay,
造人
it's
間
okay to
17
sleep
号
with
選手
Nicki Minaj,
意気込
but
み
it's
など
not
お
okay
聞
to
かせ
date Nicki
願えますか
Minaj. Exactly, but they don't tell you what type of woman. Yeah, because
強
these
いや
guys
つい
never
る
react
か
to
な
videos of beautiful wives treating their husbands. They rarely, if they do, it's rare. You know, they rarely, you'll rarely see them react to good women. Even Kevin Samuels, he don't, he wasn't talking to nice, beautiful women. Every time you see him, he's talking to women who are hate men, or they do something wrong to their husband, or they cheated, or this and that, and then you begin to build this subconscious thing like, dang, there's so many bad women out there when there's really a lot of good women out there. Exactly. For the views. Exactly. And for the money.
情けない負け方したらピッコロさんに怒られちゃうな
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like Andrew Tate. He's a cool guy. I like a lot of things that he says. You know, he's a very intelligent guy. I want to wrap him up with the whole red pill thing because he likes to separate himself from it as well. But on the flip side, it's kind of like, okay, well, you're not really showing these men that you claim to be. You know, you have he has ulterior motives as well. Exactly. So yeah, he's not perfect, but I'll say he has ulterior motives as well. He wants people to come join his bullshit. Yeah, yeah, he's trying to get people to come to his little bullshit courses and shit. So yeah, it's like what I said, like he sprinkles more sugar than
どんな
most of
やつ
them,
がいる
but
か
he
な
has a lot of salt in there as well. When you really look at like the whole cam business that they have the women doing on the cams and stuff. Like it's kind of like when it comes to like
強
finding a
いやつい
woman,
る
these
か
are
な
not the guys
皆さん
that you
がどれ
should
ほ
be
ど強くなった
listening
か
to
近く
because
で
they're not
観察さ
showing
せてい
you
ただきましょ
what
う
the women look like that they're telling you to go to. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming the women right here. I'm kind of yeah. It's very small percentages. Yeah. Well, it is, but it's a very
強
small
いや
percentage
つい
of
るか
women who
な
do watch it. But I'm American.
ピッコロさんのおかげで強くなりました
Yeah,
からね
but yeah, I don't agree with the movie. Well, I used to watch some of the guys. I used to watch Myron and Andrew Tate, and like they make good points. They say good things, but then it's kind of like I, I, be, I begin to no, they actually do make good points, but I see I just started to see like a pattern of like,
大倉
okay,
さんが本気を出したら
damn, can we see the wives? Where are the wives and the good women that you telling us that we supposed to be getting? Like, why do we keep seeing the same woman? Yeah, why do we keep seeing the same women that you're saying not to go for? Like, why do you keep reacting to these same videos of these same women that you keep telling us not to go after? Like, why? Where is the, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of like, yeah. They are for the money.
強く
Yeah,
なりま
they
し
are
たから
definitely doing
ね
for the money. And they don't really owe these guys anything because they don't know them. So it's kind of like, I wouldn't too much criticize them for trying to make a living, but
じ
it's,
人造人間17号選手意気込みなどをお聞かせ願えますか天津飯選手戦いに向けて何か一言
yeah. Well,
皆さんがどれほど強くなったか
近く
Yeah,
で観察させていただきまし
it's
た
both genders though. It's both genders because it's in America. I don't know how it is over there, but it's a lot of women podcasts and
情けない負け方したらピッコロさんに怒られちゃうな。
that's yeah AMP.
なんだベジータがいるのか。
Yeah. You know, Castanet has some of that in his thing too. Now they are. Yeah, they are. That's true. Like Mr. Beast. Yeah. Like Speed. Yeah. Yeah. You know, we have probably the worst role models of all time in history. There's probably exceptions like Hitler. You know, he's probably the worst we ever had. But you know what I mean, like social media wise, industry wise, celebrity wise. Like there's a lot of bad role models for the children, for sure. And it's very sad. It's very sad, and I do believe that I believe it's both genders that's being filled with filth, and the women are being fed stuff that's showing, like, making them have some type of way against men, and the men are being fed stuff that's making them have some type of feeling towards women, and it's both negative, and they're both clashing, and results of that, in my opinion, are like less marriages, less relationships, more depression on both sides, because you know we're not getting along, we're not coming together. So I believe I believe social media is one of the top 5 things that's ruined our generation, to be honest. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But to be honest, I don't know the solution. I ain't gonna lie to you. What do you think would be a good solution that could bridge, kind of stop some of that stuff? Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, you know, have you seen that girl, that lady who goes and she makes food and stuff, and she advocates for like, yeah, and they be in the comment section like, oh, she's just doing it just for the clout, like, but she's feeding people like, what the fuck?
あっけない幕切れだった。では遠慮なく全てを闇にしてやる。
At least that person got fed, you know.
貴様は俺が倒す。
やるじゃないか。ここまで楽しめると。
Nah, I don't know nothing about that. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be lying if I said I knew anything about that. I don't know anything about that.
こいつは耐えきれるかな。こいつは耐えきれるかな。
Yeah.
やるじゃないか。私もスピードには自信がある。
俺の邪魔をさせん。さあ、こいつは耐えきれるかな。
あっけない幕切れだった。
お父さんも来たんですね。オラの最初の相手は誰だ？情けない負け方したら、ピッコロさんに怒られちゃうな。
さあ、始めるぞ。
まさ。
さてと、いよいよこの俺の真の力を見せてやるか。
Oh, the black guy, and they called the cops on him? The little black boy?
生きて帰れるといいな。
Yeah, what's his name? Charlie Kirk. You know who that is? Yeah, he said that yeah, there's like a war on like white people.
こんなもの。
まったくおめえにはがっかりしたぜ。
What do you mean, like Charlie Kirk? Uh, well, I don't think it's focused on hate necessarily. Right? I believe that a lot of those college kids are indoctrinated and they're being fed like lies. You know what I mean? So I believe that they don't like the fact that they're being challenged because and if you watch the debates, he's really respectful in a lot of ways, and a lot of people actually come on and they call him like a piece of shit and they hate on him and they say, oh, you're dumb. So
遊んでやるとするか。みんないるじゃねえか。
人造人間17号選手、意気込みなどをお聞かせ願えますか。
but if
なんだベジータはいねえんか。
nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Nah, I don't agree. We can just yeah, he has a lot of money, but he didn't start off that way, you know. But I believe, like, okay, first of all, he sits down, you know, he has his booth. It's free speech, so they don't have to interact with him, and he doesn't have to interact with them. So he invites people who disagree to have a conversation, and there have been people that have made good points that they agree to disagree, and then they go on about the day, and they clap for the guy and everything. And it's kind of like he has. You can kind of say maybe he could be a little nicer, but nice doesn't always send the message. You know what I mean? So I believe like if he believes college is a scam, right? And they come and they you know debate him of their own free will, right? And he's telling them why he believes college is a scam. I don't believe that's a necessarily wrong thing to do. Like, 'cause he makes good points about what he feels, and he's just trying to, put the message out there. He's a conservative Christian, and he's just trying to put the message out there. Like I believe a lot of the stuff that he says to be true. I relate to it on my own. Millions. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you think that there are some worldviews that are better than others for society? Yeah. So I believe that a lot of it could very well all be the clips that he posts could be strategically put to make the left side seem horrible. That is definitely probably a high probability, but like those people who actually have that worldview, they're being represented in the media heavily. I'll say in America, and I don't believe that their worldview is good for society at all. I actually believe that it is what's destroying American society, like the hypersexuality, the pushing the transgenderism on kids, and stuff like that, and like they're they're actively voting for people who are actually supporting these things. You know what I mean? So I don't really have sympathy for anybody who believes that it's okay to trans a kid. I believe, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's some sick shit, and I believe it's actually sad. It's sad to see that there are people who actually agree with that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's actually people who believe that, you can abort a baby even if that bitch is like fully grown in your stomach. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like, they actually believe these things and they try to back it up with false science. And I believe like these people who live in these bubbles like that, like those radical extremist mindsets, I believe they do need to be told something, because nobody's telling them shit, and they're in these institutions that are indoctrinating them. And it's like the black thing, right? There's they're teaching this CRT shit in colleges where like they're trying to make it seem like it's okay to have black only dormitories. Like that shit is racist. Like, black people can be racist. I don't understand why people think that black people cannot be racist. They can definitely be racist. The definition of racism says that. White only dormitories. But I don't believe that. I don't believe they should have that at all. No, that's segregation. that's what we fought to stop.
地面に這いつくばる準備はできてるか？バカも俺にかなうと思うのか？よいしょ。
Yeah, it is.
とまだそろそろ死ぬか。失礼。
Fuck.
あいつかばれ。見えてるぜ。俺の勝ちだな。
Nah, I'm good.
あいつかばれ。
What you saying?
見えてるぜ。俺を邪険にするなよ。あいつかばれ。おいおい。
待ってたよ。これを見てほしいのね。来てくれたのね。
Yeah.
いっぱい頑張ってくれたのね。
おっす。
Nah, I know what you mean.
あら、お買い物？
Nah, that actually happens. That actually happens a lot over here because of the like I said, because of this whole gender war thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole gender war thing. Oh no, oh shit. Yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah, that does happen a lot.
ゆっくりお買い物っていうのもいいわね。あれもこれも全部欲しくなっちゃうわよね。何を買うか悩んじゃうわね。たまにはゆっくりお買い物っていうのもいいわね。あれもこれも全部欲しくなっちゃうわよね。
Nah, it's pretty bad. Not gonna lie to you.
何を買うか悩んじゃうわね。
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's pretty bad. Our culture is bad, man. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of division. They try to divide us by race. They're trying to divide us by gender. Now, and they're trying to divide us by sexuality simultaneously. All three of them. 3 wars we're facing. You know what I mean?
意気込みなどをお聞かせ願えますか。
体なまってないといいな。